This week on Basquatch Hunter TV.
All right, we're getting ready to leave right now. I'm waiting for my producer to show up, and we're gonna take off. We're gonna go to Summit Sports. We're gonna pick up a kayak that we're gonna borrow. Then we have to make another stop on the way to the west side of the state, and then we will be at our destination. We have a hotel in Holland, Michigan. So let's get on the road, guys. Let's go.
My name is Mike McKinstry. I travel the country with a fishing rod, a kayak, and a camera in search of adventure and the one big mythical fish that we call the Basquatch. We fish for any species we can, but we have a huge passion for bass fishing. Along our travels, we look for adventure, exploring, and new ways to catch fish and have as much fun as we possibly can. Not only do we release our fish back to the water, but we also find new and exciting ways to give back to local communities and to pay it forward. So make sure you take care of the water you touch, the fish you catch, and the people you meet. And welcome to Basquatch Hunter TV.
Basquatch Hunter TV is brought to you by Yak Gear, your rules. Z-Man Fishing Products, the science and art of fishing. Railblazer, hold everything. Feel Free Kayaks. Raximus Outdoors, a revolution in rod storage. FX Custom Rods, quality, precision, performance.
We just got to the hotel. It's like 11:30 at night. We have to get up really early and start filming. So let's get all of our camera gear inside and to bed. We're leaving the hotel, heading to the fishing spot, and it's a site that we haven't seen yet. We're gonna see what we run into and hopefully get some fish. Let's go. This is Mike McKinstry from Basquatch Hunter TV. I'm here with my good friend Matthew Barron. He lives over on the west side of Michigan, so I figured I would use all my resources and link up with someone local and try to get someone to catch some fish so we get some fish on camera. So what do you think of this place today?
Throw some jigs, dark shadows, hopefully we get some fish.
That should be a good time, so we're gonna hit the water and see what we can do. All right, guys, so first cast of the day. I'm fishing in a lake I've never been on. Or it's not even a lake, it's a river. It's a part of the Kalamazoo River. I've never fished the Kalamazoo River. It's pretty dark. You got about 1 inch of visibility. But regardless of what people have told me, I'm gonna throw my TRD. I'm gonna throw in the bubble gut color with the TRD spins on the bottom and a chartreuse 15th ounce endlocks head.
This is one of the more challenging parts about fishing rivers. You get snagged up on things on the bottom, and oh, that one broke loose luckily. But when you're throwing a bait that is somewhat expensive and important to catching fish, it's tough to use that in a river. When you're in a moving stream like this, you can see how fast the current's moving me. It's really easy to snag up on timber, on bridge pylons, anything that could be on the bottom. So something I'm getting used to more is definitely structure on the bottom of a river when it's moving. I'm about to turn my motor on and go upstream. Jeez. Pedaling upstream is something I'm not used to doing. I'm not used to fishing rivers. Pedaling upstream is a lot harder than I thought. So right now we're in about 10 foot of water, and up against these banks there's a lot of structure. It looks beautiful. So I'm throwing the jackhammer chatterbait with the minnows trailer on the back. I'm using that on a FX Custom Angler Series rod. It's a 6'9", medium extra fast. The reason why I'm using the extra fast tip is so I can feel every vibration of that chatterbait, and I'll be able to feel any kind of fish strikes or any structure that it hits. But also the medium gives me enough backbone to pull a fish out around these bridge pylons, no problem. So one of the ways that I break down a river like this, so I've never been on this river before. It's my first time seeing it, my first time floating it. And one of the ways I break it down is just observing. I'm looking for visible structure. I'm looking for structure above the water surface. I'm looking for structure underneath the surface, anything that I can see on my fish finder or with my naked eye. And that's where I'm hoping the fish are gonna be. So when I'm breaking down a new body of water, I always do the same thing. I look for the structure points, I look for the ambush points, and I look for the points that are gonna be easy to navigate in a kayak. So right now we're fishing some shorelines, we're fishing the shade. There's a lot of overhanging trees, so there's a lot of visible structure on top of the water. And we're hoping it's gonna pay off. And if it doesn't, then next time we come back, we're gonna know where the fish are at least. The nature of frog fishing is setting the hook and missing them. Lost the fish. Caught the tree. We didn't have much luck under the bridge with all the pylons and the cover on that side. The current's a little bit stronger around that spot. So we're gonna head downstream a little bit, see if we can find some more fish, some more structure, and have some more luck. All right, well, so I just got a message from somebody asking me, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Put my phone back here. I'm gonna answer this question right here on camera instead. Someone just messaged me and said, I just got a new kayak, and what are the 3 most important things you have on your kayak? Which I get that message a lot and question a lot. So I'm gonna answer it right here for you guys because I think it's easier to share it with everybody. So the 3 most important things that are on my kayak. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the basics. So my three most important things in my kayak are, first, I was gonna say my rod holder, because as you can see, it holds my rod. So when I catch a fish, first thing I do is put the pole in the rod holder so I can manage the bait, manage the fish, take care of it. If I'm tying on a lure, I can do that. This rod holder I have set where I can swivel it so I can put the rod closer or further from me. So rod holder, definitely the first one. This is the Railblazer Rod Holder R. It's definitely my favorite one that I use. So that's the first one. Second thing, well, let's be honest, the most important thing on my whole entire kayak is gonna be a fishing rod. So you can't catch fish without a fishing rod. So the second most important thing on my kayak will be my FX custom fishing rods. This one right here is my 6'6" medium fast spinning rod. This is the one I use for my Ned rigging and finesse fishing. It's got incredible sensitivity, so I can feel every little tick and everything on the bottom, all the structure, but it's got plenty of backbone so I can muscle a fish through any kind of weeds or vegetation. So the FX custom rods, definitely gonna be number 2 on my list for most important things on my kayak. Third, it's tough, everything is pretty important, but third, you know what? A retrieval device. So right in the back of my fishing rod, on all my fishing rods and my camera mount even, I have the Saver Outdoors retrieval device. These things are literally one of the biggest reliefs that you could possibly get at any kayak or boat or anything you have. This right here deploys in the water. So if I drop my rod in the water on accident, or if it falls off or anything like that, or if I flip over, this right here is spring loaded inside of this holder right here, and it shoots off with 75 feet of braided line inside of the compartment right here. So this will float up on top of the surface. I can just pull it back in, retrieve my rod, repack it, put it back together, and ready to go again. So those are the 3 most important things on my kayak.
Keep that line in the water. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for another adventure from Basquatch Hunter TV.
Man, this is one of the toughest bodies of water I've fished. I'm not used to rivers, moving water. I'm not used to this dark water. It's like 6-inch visibility. I'm used to stained water or clear water. And man, definitely a lot of different things thrown at me. I had some good bites. I had some good blow-ups. Couldn't get the hook set today, but I got to see my good buddy Matt catch a really good fish.
It was a fun day on the water, man. Hey, thanks for coming out. Yeah, it's more about the memories than the fish. That's what I say when I don't catch fish. It's like people take sunset pictures when they don't have any fish pictures to post. Yep, the skunk set. I usually just say it's more about the memories that you keep, not the fish that you release. That means I didn't catch a fish. All right, well, that was a great day on the water, and I'm really glad we came out to see this body of water, but what I'm more excited about is I'm gonna go check out the beautiful and cultural Holland, Michigan. So we just left the lake. We're heading up to Silver Lake Sand Dunes. And today was one of those days that we all have as fishermen. And we saw a lot of great fish today. I mean, we saw some really big fish jumping. I had some really good bites today. We saw some great topwater explosions on the frogs. We just couldn't get them to bite today. And you have days like that where you have hundreds of casts and all you catch is memories. So today we had a great time. I really enjoyed the water, great company, but we didn't get any fish in the boat. So now we're gonna drive up to Silver Lake Sand Dunes, hopefully catch some more great memories, and finish this venture out in Holland, Michigan. But don't be afraid to cast, guys, because you can't catch fish if you don't throw a cast. We are in the Windmill Island Gardens in Holland, Michigan. This is home to the 251-year-old, the only Dutch windmill in the United States. The other one in the entire world is in Aruba. So this park has been open since 1965, and that's where the windmill has been since 1965, since it was purchased and built and delivered to Holland, Michigan. So the Dutch heritage here is amazing, and they have the most authentic Dutch item you could possibly have. It's a full functional windmill. So this park is about 36 acres. It's huge. So we can't get inside of the windmill today, but we are gonna go check this thing out and see how beautiful this construction is. This thing is massive. So the first 4 floors is a newer foundation they built. The windmill above the 4th floor, above that balcony there, is what they brought over from the Netherlands when they moved it here in 1965. So this thing is massive. You can see it right now on the grand scale of how big this thing really is. And they brought it here in the 60s, and it's been here ever since. So this is not only an amazing feat of engineering, because this is hundreds of years old on top up here, and it still functions today the same way it functioned 200 years ago. This thing is incredible. So this place is absolutely beautiful. Have you ever been up this way before, like on the west side of Michigan?
Yeah, I love the west side. It's everywhere you go is a new adventure of beauty.
Well, it's cool because we're driving we're driving up 31 North right now, which goes along all the cool cities. Went through Ludington, went through Saugatuck, all the cool spots. It's a lot of fun. I love that we get to see adventures like this. It's probably my favorite part of what I do is being able to see all the scenery and all the cool stuff, all the new cities.
Is that one of the reasons why you got into this?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the biggest reasons. I love the adventure of it, and I was stuck in an office and just doing my normal corporate job that everyone kind of goes after, and I just wasn't happy. So I decided one day, it's my 10-year anniversary with the company, and I was like, you know what? Adventures are a lot more fun than sitting in an office, and I'd rather have an office that floats and that drives, so I get to see new scenery. So yeah, it's part of the reason why I quit, doing the corporate job and jumped into fishing, doing this full time, because the adventure you get to see and the culture you get to see and the people you get to meet, the fish you get to catch. I mean, it's amazing, It's just so much better. The scenery always changes.
Stay tuned for another adventure from Basquatch Hunter TV.
This is Mike McKinstry from Basquatch Hunter TV, and we have some new reels that came in today from Abu Garcia that are going to help us go out and find our Basquatch. So I have not opened these up yet, I haven't looked at them yet, haven't touched them yet, and I want to see how they feel, how they work, and how they land some fish. So we have the new Abu Garcia Revo EXD low profile reels. We have the 5.4 to 1 gear ratio, and we have the 8.1 gear ratio, or the 8 to 1 gear ratio. So the slower gear ratio I like using for crankbaits and chatterbaits that I'm going to move a little bit slower in the water, but I don't have to move my hands as slow with the lower gear ratio. Where the 8 to 1 I can use to burn my bait on top of the water above weed beds and make it a little bit smoother. So let's open this packaging up and see what we got inside. So first thing you'll notice right away is the packaging is incredible. Abu Garcia starts at the very outside and works their way in with quality, so let's see what we got here. Oh wow, this thing is gorgeous. It even comes with an extra finesse spool right here. So you have an extra finesse spool, different size spool for finesse fishing. That's pretty cool too. I like the interchangeable spools so you can have different line types and different fishing styles all in one reel. It makes it more versatile. So first reaction is wow. I mean, you can just tell this is quality when you hold it. You notice the carbon fiber crankshaft on here. All the purple accents are pretty cool too. And there's a kind of like a glitter finish on this too. It's a full alloy frame. It's 11 bearings on this, 10 stainless steel bearings. The same drag system that you're used to in the higher end Abu reels. This thing feels super smooth. Let's spool this thing up, and we're gonna put some X5 Berkeley braid on this, go out and catch some fish with it and see how this thing performs. So we got the new Revo EXD, the 5.4 to 1 gear ratio, and it's my first cast with it on the water, and we're gonna try it out. So let me see how this thing casts. I somewhat dialed it on the shore, but it was a couple little tweaks and that was it. So let's see how it goes. Oh, wow. That was like butter. So the first thing I noticed about this reel, besides how smooth that just casted, that was incredible, is that it took very minimal setup. I literally tweaked the tension a little bit on the spool, and that was it. And that was just enough to let this thing fly. I can get some huge, huge distance out of it. And this thing reels incredibly smooth. All right, so this Revo EXD from Abu Garcia was incredible for this awesome Michigan smallmouth bass. The drag was perfect on it. I was able to fight this fish completely effortlessly. Definitely recommend this reel to find your bass squatch. So this reel is so smooth, I can just do a little flick of the wrist. Look at that. And I get right up where I want to go, right in the pads. Super accurate with this reel. If you're looking for a reel that has versatility, has plenty of options, takes minimal effort to tune in, and also lets you cast right where you want to with very little effort, check out the Revo EXD from Abu Garcia. It's definitely Bass Squatch tested and Bass Squatch approved. Hey guys, so we're at Wild Bill's ATV Rentals right now, and we're getting into this.
If we can sit in the Razor, we'll sit in there.
Let's do it.
That'd be fun.
Heck yeah, man.
We're out here at Silver Lake Sand Dunes, right on Lake Michigan, and you can hear the engines roaring, you hear all the people here. Like that. So people bring their trucks, their dirt bikes, everything out here, and there's a hill behind us called Test Hill, and that's what it does, is it tests your ability, your skill level, and your patience, and your vehicle to get up here and try to have some fun. So we're gonna go out in the Razor, climb this hill, and have a great time. That was incredible. So thank you guys for hanging out in this episode. Silver Lake Sand Dunes was absolutely incredible, just like we thought. This sunset behind me is literally why I do what I do, because the adventures are worth more than anything money could ever buy. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll see you on the water soon.
Crap. Crap. I think I'm hung up on the tree.
Great. I'm trying not to use my hands as much.
Yeah, they're the camera guy. They can chill.
It sounds like a Mortal Kombat game. Like, how do the king kick? Anyway,